Hello there everyone, welcome to another episode 17 of this Yuan Bo legendary campaign. The northern provinces, I got diplomatic relations plus 40, so hopefully that will help us get closer to a confederation possibility. Now, the Wuxing Compass, I would love to get the casual replenishment rate. I would also love to get the public order, but I'm thinking corruption in the Dragon's Emperor's Wrath. Yeah, I think so, because I want to test that army ability. That's it. I want to test the army ability, so I'm gonna put it there. That's fine. It's fine, guys. I want to check some army abilities here, and they should be cool. So, let's put Lita onto the front.
Wherever Cathay leads me.
She's gonna have some more units. You're gonna have Searing Doom. Yep, that's okay. And what can I recruit here? Jet Lions plus Jade Lions. Yeah, that's for sure. And some good War Drums. That's nice. Let's get here. Okay, on this front line, we're gonna have to wait for Nurgle to attack us. Gonna try to get some units out of Nurgle. On this front line, we are gonna go and conquer any places that we can here, anything that is raised. Maybe there's some Skaven there, I do not know. But I believe not. I believe that will be Skull Takers raising, and no one has taken it yet. Let's get over here, and no threat. Walk sealed rations. This used to be so overpowered. It would be for all factions, reduced upkeep. It suddenly I was like, oh my god, but no. Now it isn't. And it's kind of cool, because otherwise it would be just a problem. Let's levy the provinces and get even more units. We're down to 5,000 income, but that's because we're in a couple of wars. So I guess it's fine. What units can I recruit, actually? Should I? I think Crane Gunners? That's what I need. I need a couple Crane Gunners there. Yeah, so that's one less unit there, and two more. That gives 18. And what else do I need there? Yeah, that's gonna be the army for her. And she gives me the grace of Kuai Yin, the Celestial Dragon Crossbow. Yeah, that should be fine. And then I'll get the units for that guy. Over here, we're gonna take the Turtle Gate. Doesn't seem like there's gonna be... I have to declare war? Hold on. Am I not at war with it? Join war. Oh, I can't. Can I ask to join? No. Almost, but no. But she is at war. Oh, it's a vassal. That's the problem. Somehow I'm at war with only the non-vassal faction. Well, I'll have to declare war. There we go. And that's a close victory. Do I lose anything? Well, I'll just encircle for a couple of turns. Because that's not a siege, by the way. That's a sally out. Because we're invading from the south. So, what we have here? Yep, Nurgle. Definitely Nurgle is going to be a problem. We're going to go on this side. Yuan Bo, that's definitely who I want to send over here. I wish I could attack the Hunts Marshal expedition there, because I just like the contiguous terrain, you know. That's something that I prefer to have. Okay, let's pass the units that I need here. Come on. There we go. I was checking on the other side on the other monitor, by the way. If you ever see my mouse disappear, to the right, it's because of that. So I'm just checking what units should be changed. I think I'll leave the Empress Crowman there. And yeah. And I totally forgot here the legendary hero. But it's fine. I mean, at least it's nothing too out of the ordinary or too problematic. I'm not going to have that army for a while. And time to upgrade this to level 5. That's good. Over here, even more upgrades, and nothing really too important here. Do I have anything to go on quick deal? Yeah, I don't want anything with Exiles of Nahek. I didn't explain it. It's because of Nagorond. I don't want to create issues with Nagorond, you know? So she's ranked 3. She needs to lose some armies so that she confederates, honestly. Otherwise, it's not going to be a possibility. Let's end the turn, and yeah, the Eastern Great Bastion is ours. We're going to get some upkeep reduction here. Upkeep melee attack. Well, that's only for heroes, so it's not really the most important one. I can get Sword Master, but I really don't need that. And I don't think I have anything for you, no. And I got the infiltrators here. Okay, so yeah, that's the banner that I got. Let's go, run a Thunderbolt. Training, that's cool. And let's skip a bit. I retreated my force. Zhao Ming is now with his almost full army. That's about what I want for him. It's kinda, you know, I wanted some other units such as the War Drum, but we'll have to find it. It's good that it's mostly melee because he has a lot of buffs to melee units, and then the Warding Iron. So overall, his armies are just gonna survive for really a long time. So for now, I'm gonna buff the red line skills for Zhao Ming. That's the priority there. And you're gonna recruit some units. Those Jade Warriors without shields, the crossbowmen, are kind of fine.
First among warriors.
Okay, Mountly. I can't wait to have Mountly with that landmark, because that landmark solves immediately one problem, the control problem. So I need some gold to ensure that I can recruit to the maximum here.
I will make a soldier.
There we go, another Jade Lion, that's perfect. And I realize here that I have the specific legendary hero there, but it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be for a while before I move it. Okay, Iron Spike, yeah, let's get that. It takes 6 turns. That's how much when you're in uninhabitable climate, it reduces things, you know? I think the fact that the buildings, the replenishment, it's fine, I guess, but the fact that the buildings almost provide no income is a big deterrent to... Well, the replenishment is not fine. With the replenishment and the income, it becomes difficult to use certain factions for full map domination. And I kind of wanted to do a video about the best factions to do it. Skulltaker, for instance, is one of the best, if not the best. And then there's others like Oxyotl, one of the best as well, or at least one of the best for the Lizardmen to conquer the whole map. You know, that sort of idea. Let's attack him, and of course they flee. That's the problem using 2 armies versus 1. Sometimes they're going to flee, and at this moment it's going to be a problem because I cannot pursue, and I'm pretty sure that there's got to be a Kugath nearby. Yeah, there we go.
Shameless absurdity.
There we go. So he cannot reach me. Maybe I can retreat the first army and then they'll attack the second one. I'm still in ambush, so hopefully that can trigger a battle. Even if it is not an ambush battle, it would be nice. Yeah, 2 more turns before I get to a tier 4. I really need the cavalry one. I need to get to tier 5, that's for sure. I want everything on tier 5, except the skyjunks and stuff. I'll make an army when I use them, but they're not exactly the units that I would consider to be the best or more useful. They're just artillery that is slightly mobile, but there's a lot of aerial units, so you gotta be careful with that. You need some protection for those, and it's not always viable to do so. Yeah, and I realized that the heroes are switched. Satang should go to Yuan. and the other way around. She should have a secondary caster above, so yep, that's what I'm trading there. Just trading heroes. And overall, what I'm gonna do, just gonna capture, I'm spotting for some sea goodies to see if I can have some usefulness to this guy. There's only one there near Swamp Town. Okay, let me go to the sea first. And then over here.
Be like water.
You can actually have, you know, a tactic of having one army just going through all the stuff around to get a nice set of bonuses from the sea. You can get one army that just goes around, but I'm not using that. So 2 armies versus 1. They did discover my ambush, but I can intercept, and I have that army ability, so this should be more than just a Pyrrhic victory. Yeah, I disagree. I believe I'm going to lose some Crowbone, maybe some Peasant Archers, but no, certainly no Jade units. So let's position. Over here we're going to have, like you see there, just three locations for my archers and for my missile units. Then my reinforcements are going to arrive and just go towards anything that is at the front. The enemy has mostly large entities, which is a problem, and it's Nurgle. They're going to take forever to kill. It's always one of the biggest problems with Nurgle, is that you're kind of used to demons being, you know, very terrifying in damage dealing, but not in staying power, and Nurgle is the opposite. So sometimes Nurgle, I find it's one of the most difficult to fight against in certain conditions, because you need a lot of magic damage. A war drum certainly helps, because it has those abilities to give the magical damage to almost everyone nearby. But when you don't have magical damage, well, their physical resistance just shows. In addition, people think sometimes of Nurgle squishy, and it's not. They have a lot of armor, a lot of melee defense. Their squishiness comes in the form of Nurglings, for instance, or in some early units, but their armored units are some of the best in the game. So, especially this cavalry, it just survives so long. They can cycle charge really well. And I would definitely need an alchemist here to plague rust everyone. Plague drones are a different matter. They fall like flies. They're really easy, actually. Same thing with the spawn units here. There we go, ogres. Do your job. Some bile trolls and some cavalry. I'm lucky that I have mostly anti-large infantry, otherwise this would be overrun. Now there is a cavalry unit going around attacking my missile units. I'm glad that my reinforcements are arriving. Mostly I'm going to send the crows to anything that is at the front, just trying to force them away from the front. Maybe force them to retreat, that sort of idea. Let's go against the Nurglings. Definitely it's going to do some damage. And against these Exalted Plague Bearers, I send my Celestial Dragon. Not Celestial Dragon, Celestial Lion, I mean. It reduces the leadership as well, so as soon as I can, I activate the ability to try and force them all away. Plague drones are nearly dead. The giant is now an entire magnet. Oh, you're smelly. Is a magnet for my missiles, which I'll definitely use. And my crows are doing so much noise. Oh goodness. In massive battles like this, always try to have a mind check of what the front line should be, and then focus fire on anything that has breached through that front line, such as that giant, those rot knights who are going and harassing my back line. That's my focus fire, and that's precisely what I'm going against. I'm now deciding, okay, I gotta get rid of this giant before it does too much damage. I initially thought I'm just gonna leave the ogres fighting him, but now I'm massing the troops against him. And of course towards these rot knights as well. And here's what I was saying about Nurgle. By this time, most other forces would be routing, but they still remain. They are lingering. They are surviving. It seems from the hit points, the hit point bar is always higher than we realize. So when they are like a 5th or a 6th, remember that there's still enough hit points for them to survive the battle. So that's a big problem because they have such high HP pools. It can be difficult. It's one of the armies that I have the most difficulty deciding or reading when it's going to be army losses, you know, just because of it. Now they're finally fleeing, and I believe that's the victory. Yeah, there we go. But still, the health, overall health of every single unit, in terms of the health bar, you can definitely tell that it's way lower than what typically is expected. I lost 2 crowmen, that's fine. That's fine. Actually, it's quite good. Because I was going to lose 1 anyways, and plus a lot of other units, so now I have it.
Ruler of the central provinces.
Skulltaker was destroyed, actually. That was interesting. Okay, so Tyrion wants a trade deal, and that's actually in my favor as well. Let's go for payments. Yeah, let's go. Let's accept that. And I'm in 3 turns. Lita will have full army and will go against Nurgle. And overall with Zhao Ming and Lita, that should be just fine to deal with it. I wanted to do the C here. That's when an army is complete. That's mostly gunpowder units, so I hope there's one viewer actually that asked me to do it, so that's gonna be her. It's gonna be the mainly gunpowder units with some celestials, of course, to help out. Village is quite powerful, so I'm gonna need for him to attack the Turtle Gate, and hopefully he will. I would love to have a siege defense there of the Turtle Gate and see how the AI handles those. You know, I'm pretty confident that even peasant units in a siege situation can do this. So Yuan Bo already positioned to deal with Gorok. Basically, they hate the fact that I'm with treaties with Hans Marshal, and I'm predicting that Hans Marshal and Geld will likely be my main allies. Likely I'm gonna get some Demigryph Knights from them with halberds. That's always a nice idea. Maybe some Hellstorm rockets, even though I have that sort of unit. I could have some Luminarchs, that would be nice. Or steam tanks or land ships. Oh yeah, definitely. I just need to spend some more turns, and they'll be able to field those, and I'll be able to recruit those. So yeah, that sounds cool. I have the effects of the Dragon River, Nunchagan. I need to get those, and all of those are around Lustria. So this is the time where I'm going to take like what, 50 turns to take over all of Lustria, maybe less. And after that, it's likely long victory. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next. Bye bye.